Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to CRN. I've been gone for a couple of weeks due to some family complications there. For those who did not know, my name is Dylan McDonald here for CRN. I was taking a little break due to an uncle passing away, and finally back here on the booth side tonight. I was back Sunday, and let me tell you what, it was not a good deal for me. I mean, it just felt like I had I just felt like I didn't know what I was doing. But tonight is the Smoky Mountain Grassroots Dirt League at Lernerville with the 305s. That's right, the 305s are on tap here tonight. There's no wall except for on the front stretch. There's big berms, and possibly going to be seeing a lot of people going off the track here tonight. It's definitely going to be something that you got to watch out for. You know, you can get in there just a little bit too hot, you may fall off the other side of the berm. You're going to see a lot of different drivers using the bottom, the top, the middle, wherever they can go to get around this 0.37 mile clay dirt track. That's right, clay. Most tracks usually use dirt, but tonight here, they're using a little bit of clay. But glad to be back with everybody here watching on CRN. There are two streams going on here tonight. You got the mine with the Dirt League, and then you also have John Nobinger with the Arkham and Ard series. They got a doubleheader there tonight, so make sure you guys tune into that one. They're also on the dirt track side as well. They got two races at Eldora in the Arkham and Ard series cars, so make sure you guys tune in to see that one. Just a minute into qualifying already, have 10 people on the board taking a time. PJ Popham in that number 2 machine is going to put it on pole here momentarily. Going to see if Christopher Cash, Jacob Lamb, those are the only two that still have to make a lap time. Going to see if those two can go any quicker. But Zach Bremer in the number 24 machine, going to go up to P number 4 momentarily, coming off turn number 3 and 4. He's going to put down his second lap time. That's going to be enough to go third quickest with a 13.667. Just two more drivers left to take a time. It's been an absolute pleasure being here and bringing you guys some entertainment here on CRN with any league that comes up with CRN. We have some more open availability as the UCRL League has taken its time to go to the off season on Tuesday nights. Wednesday night, the Lucky Dog Racing League has crowned its champion. That's going to be Jeff Radke, 2 for 2 on the season finale there, as their season came to a close, but they are in the talks of a season 3, but 2 nights a week. So it's going to be, I believe, a super speedway league, and I think they're going to go with the tour modifieds. That's right, not a lot of leagues out there with the tour modifieds, so it's going to be something different. They got cars with no fenders this time. Not sure what nices are going to be, but you know, you can definitely count CRN and myself being there for that. Thursday night, we have the Dirt for Beginners with John Obinger and Thad Marshall in the broadcast booth, as that's a core racing deal. I mean, they got the Dirt Legends, the 358 Modifieds, and the Dirt Street Stock. All different nights, kind of like how this one is. One week is the 305s, the next week is the Pro Late Models, but they're just going to go back and forth with everything. But Friday night, no broadcasts so far. Saturday night, you got the PSCRL with Jimmy and Mark in the broadcast booth as they go to Charlotte for 200 laps in the truck. that's definitely going to be a fun one to watch. Sunday night, you're going to see me back in the broadcast booth for the Core Racing League as they're going to do some short track fun at Five Flags. And remember how I was telling you about the berm and going off? Well, Christopher Cash just gave us a neat little view there of going off of the track, but he's not going to be able to put in a lap time. He's just going to start from the back. Heat number 1 is going to consist of Gary Mansberger, Stephen Perkins, Josh Notke, Eric Dean, Dustin Lamb, and Christopher Cash. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the grid for everybody here so everybody can see. There it is. Gary Mansberger, Stephen Perkins, Josh Notke, Eric Dean, Dustin Lamb, Chris Cash. As these drivers getting ready to make their way out there for our first heat race of the night. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment, share with your mom, your dad, your cat, your goldfish, your dog. If you have a raccoon, share with your raccoon. Share it to everybody and anybody you know. Help everybody get the word out about CRN, as we are always looking to do something more and different. But so far, we have Gary Mansberger and we have Stephen Perkins starting on the front row. Pace truck going to take them on around one more time. And we're going to get this first heat race underway for the Smoky Mountain Grassroots Racing Dirt League. And we have Stephen Perkins starting on the front row. Look at it here. Pace truck going on in. Going to see what happens here. Who's going to get the jump? Where's everybody going to go? And we are underway. Gary Mansberger taking the early lead, shooting it all the way down to the inside. Here comes a 53 of Eric Dean down into the middle of Stephen Perkins. Stephen going to drop back to P at number 3, but Eric Dean hot on his tail. He's still going to roll that outside. Now he's going to chop it down to the middle. Oh, Eric Dean and Stephen Perkins getting together. Able to keep it straight and going the right way. Christopher Cash into pit lane. Not sure what happened to him while these guys get to driving. We'll go ahead and see what happened to Mr. Christopher Cash. And we'll be right back. I think maybe Christopher Cash might have went up and over the berm here. Oh, he just couldn't get it to turn. Just overcorrects it. Just goes down to the inside and pulls it into pit lane. Looking back up front, it is Gary Mansberger with a little bit of a lead over Josh Notke. Josh rolling that outside, but here comes Eric Dean down to the inside. Try to make something happen to get that P number 2 away from Josh Notke. Eric Dean with a little bit of a hiatus, finally on his way back here. But so far, so good on the racing. Oh, he hits the inside, gets a little bit tight, almost hits the number 24, or 113, excuse me, of Josh Notke. Able to keep it on off of him. 2 laps remaining in the first heat race. So far, it's looking good for Gary Mansberger. Eric Dean getting a little bit sideways in 3 and 4. But he's making up that time into 1 and 2. And then it gets it just a little bit too loose into 3 and 4. Going to try to do it again. Almost got there. Final flag of the race, and it's going to be Gary Mansberger picking up the win here tonight for heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 is going to be Joe Job, Jaden Lapp, Trevor Notke, Nicholas Lamb, and Jacob Lamb for our second heat race of the night. 5 cars only in this one, but still going to be a great race here tonight. is pace car, bringing these drivers on out. If anybody is looking for a sprint car, the number 182 is for sale. He's got a big old for sale sign on the side of that thing. But Jaden Lapp going to be starting on his outside. Trevor Notke in the number 39. Going to start second row on the inside. Nicholas Lamb on the outside of that number 5. And then you got Jacob Lamb in the number 20. Starting shotgun on the field. Pace Shark going to do one more lap. Take his time. Go around. Letting these drivers get a little bit more comfortable. And where is everybody going to go? Are they going to go down to the inside? Are they going to roll the outside? We're going to find out here. Is Joe Job going to lead these drivers to the green flag? A pace truck off of the track. Joe and Jaden leads them to the green flag, and we are back to racing. Jaden Lapp, even though on that outside, gets a great launch. Going to be side by side with Joe Job. Is Jaden Lapp trying to use that top two's advantage? Joe Job getting a little bit loose. He's going to drop back to P number 3. Trevor Notke up here. Moving up to P number 2 as Nicholas Lamb goes off the back end of the track. Able to keep it going, though, so kudos on him. Doesn't look too bad. Jacob Lamb right there in P number 4 as Nicholas Lamb is one lap down, so going off the track kind of hindered that performance there. As everybody trying to chase down Jaden Lapp coming off turn number 4. There it is, 2 or 3 laps to go here for the second heat race of the night. Going to set up the feature order as we're going to go into. Oh, Jaden Lapp hard to the outside wall. He's going to take. Oh no! No caution for the heat races. It's Jaden Lapp. We'll have to go back and kind of slow this down, see what happened to Jaden Lapp. Did he get a little bit too high and hit the berm too much? There it is. He's on the berm. He's over the berm. And at this point, there's just nowhere to go. He's going to rear end the wall. Going to come right back down in front of Joe Job. Luckily, netcode played in favor to Joe. As Jaden Lapp going to go up and over. Yard sale for the number 25. And that is not how you want to start your night here. And that's definitely not what you want to do at Lernerville. Definitely don't want to have that happen, but it was. The 39 of Trevor Notke getting the race win. There's a 3-minute warm-up. We're going to go ahead and turn the mics down on my side, turn the vehicles up, let you guys get a little bit of you love to hear, and we'll be right back in a short 3-minute span. All right, here we go. Warm-up time is over. It is feature time for these drivers here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and bring up tonight's grid for the feature. It's going to be PJ Popham, Jason Haynes starting P1 and P2, Zach Bremer in the number 24 starting P number 3, Gary Mansberger in 4th, Joe Job in 5th, Josh Notke in 6th, Trevor Notke in 7th, Eric Dean 8th. 9th is going to be Jacob Lamb, 10th, Stephen Perkins 11th, Nicholas Lamb 12th, will be Dustin Lamb 13th, Jaden Lapp 14th. Out of the 14-car field is going to be Christopher Cash. Hopefully everybody is ready for the feature race here tonight. 30 laps on tap. In the 305s, want to give everybody a shout out in the broadcast chat. Joe Job says 182 car here, $7,000. That's his best price. So if anybody's got $7,000 laying around and wants to buy that number 182, it is for sale. And he's looking to get rid of it. Barry Kistler, as always, good luck, drivers. Barry, thank you for coming on out, showing some support. Want to give a big shout out to all the sponsors for this league: 25 Simware, Lobster Boys Food Truck, Elite Performance Industries, Only Rigs, and Custom Diecasts. But enough of that kind of talk. We're getting to go racing here tonight for 30 laps at Lernerville. Green flag is out, and we're back on our way. Gary Mansberger to the top. PJ Popham down to the bottom. Already, you see everybody searching up top, want to use that high side to their advantage. As everybody coming through turn number 3 and 4 are going to go right back to turn number 1. And there they go, spreading on out just like a little bit of an eagle. See a couple of them using that top side to their advantage. Others just don't really want to trust it as of yet. Oh, way too high there, almost off the berm. Goes the number 53. And there's the 182 up on the outside. He's got Trevor Notke right following right in his trail. Is Joe Job not going to go down without a fight? Going to keep it side by side with Eric Dean. Eric Dean down on the inside, getting a little bit too topsy-turvy. As down to the inside goes Eric Dean. Can't get clear. Nicholas Lamb getting clear of Trevor Notke. Not able to get clear this time by. You got these hungry drivers trying to get up towards the front. It wants to get their very first race win. Season is almost over. And here comes the number 11 down to the inside. Had to do a little bit of a checkup for the number 5, Stephen Perkins. Luckily did not get ran over from the behind there, but nonetheless was able to get back around Trevor Notke. But Trevor on that outside now looks down to the inside. Nice little crossover maneuver there. Not going to be able to get by. Zach Bremer in the number 24 trying to chase down the number 2 of PJ Popham, just not able to do so. Eric Dean having a little bit of issues there. That's going to bring out our first caution flag. It looks like Joe Job getting involved. Going to go ahead and slow this on down, see what happened to Mr. Eric Dean. Gets a little bit side. Oh, Eric Dean getting into the side and of Joe Job. Eric Dean going down to the inside. Nothing happens there, but Joe Job. Not seeing. There he is. Up and over. Do we get a yard sale from the... Yes, we do. There it is. Yard sale from the number 182. Losing the top wing. Front wing still intact. But our first flip of the night for the race. And it comes on lap number 10. So 10 laps. This is pretty good. 10 laps before we got our first caution flag here tonight. 20 laps left. As caution flags do not count. We're not going to let any of the caution flags count. They're just going to keep it on going. But nonetheless, still a lot of racing left. Pace truck off the pit road. There we go. Back to green flag racing. PJ Popham leading everybody back to the green flag as he's going to be getting a great jump on the field. And there we go. We're going to look on the backside of Zach Bremer here as he's running P number 2. He's got a hungry list of drivers right behind him. Jason Haynes in P number 3. Josh Notke in 4th. And you can see everybody back in the back. Just a little bit further back is we're going to ride on board with Gary Mansberger. You see him right there. He's got Stephen Perkins all over his rear bumper. Gets a great run out of the corners using that high side hero method with himself. But just not able to get around Gary Mansberger. Gives him a little bit of a shot. A little bit of bump drafting going on back here between these two. Now Steven down to the inside of Gary Mansberger. He's going to pull the slide job on Gary. Gary's going to take that momentum down to the inside. Another slide job from the number 86 to the number 11. Not able to complete it. But we have a caution on the track. Eric Dean. What do you mean? He's up there on the outside of the number 20. He wasn't used to that high side. Oh, gets into the side of Trevor Notke. Spins him on around. I don't think Eric Dean was used to that outside. We've seen Eric Dean down on the inside pretty much that whole run. And then he got pushed up to that outside, and that's just something that a lot of people do have to worry or get used to. Is running the outside over the inside. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the content that CRN puts on. It's been a great season so far. Hopefully these drivers can end it on strong as the 10 and the 53 take it on a pit lane to get some of that damage fixed if they have that lucky fast repair left. But it's great to be back in the booth. It's great to be back showing off these drivers racing. Last week they had, or the last 2 weeks, they had Brendan Polt in the broadcast booth as I was taking care of some personal stuff. And then was it not you the last 2 weeks? You had Brendan Polt, and then you had Jimmy Covert in the broadcast booth for the Lucky Dog Sim Racing League. And now your man is back. Dylan is back, good to go. PJ Popham gonna drive on in to let these guys get their get back on the track. But PJ Popham gonna like to take the inside on this next restart, and he will be the one to bring these drivers back to the green flag. I'm gonna get you a nice little zoomed in camera of PJ Popham. Flawless auto body, red line designs, Pacers signs and designs, all on that number 2. PJ Popham goes as early as he possibly can. He's going to maintain the race lead. We are back to racing here at Lernerville. Let's look at the back here. Josh Notke losing a few of his spots. Going to look down to the inside of Gary Mansberger. Had a little bit of issues there. Now we're going to go ahead and go to Jacob Lamb is he's got nowhere to go. He's got two drivers in front of him that are using the same line as he is. And it's got to worry about your tires. Who's using up more tires than the other one? As we got a big crash in the back. That's going to be another caution here tonight. Right before we switched off of it, we've seen the 20, the 25, and the 86 all get together. Or the 20, the 25, the 5, and the 53. Eric Dean nowhere to go. Maybe Eric Dean gets around it. Yes, he does. But these three drivers, yard sale for the number 25 is going to be autographed for everybody, as he had a little bit of a yard sale himself. Oh, Jacob. Oh, Lamb on Lamb crime. Jacob Lamb getting hit by Nicholas Lamb, and then Jaden Lapp in the middle of that one as well. Lamb brothers being all right. Looking at Jaden Lapp over here. Finally gets his machine on and going. He was hooked there for a little bit, but nonetheless, everybody's still all right. Is PJ Popham going to bring these drivers back to the green flag? Pace truck going into pit lane this time by off the track for good measure. Catching a little bit of air. PJ Popham goes super early. He's going to get a great launch. Oh, trouble up in the front. Jason Haynes and the number 24 getting together. That's going to allow Jason Haynes to get a little bit of momentum. He's going to try to make it up to P number 2. Oh, Zach Bremer. Oh, I just see somebody's life flash before my eyes. Zach Bremer has just went to the moon. And we're actually going to ride on board with the number 24. Give you guys a little, yeah, there we go. We're going to write it on in here. You ready to see? He's going to turn right on down. And right here, he's going to clip that right rear. He's going to do a wheelie right up in front of Stephen Perkins and into the outside wall. He goes instantaneous yard sale. He's going to flip back onto the track. Everybody able to miss him. He went wheels first, broke a tie rod. That rear end, you can see it is broken too. He's not going to be able to go anywhere as he's trying to get off the track. Christopher Cash able to get around. And man, oh man, a sprint car went flying. And Zach Bremer goes into the outside wall. Luckily for Zach Bremer, he had that fast repair to use. So he was able to get the fast repair up and going, able to get on in there. But now I believe with it, yeah, single file restarts now for these drivers. PJ Popham off to a great restart there. I'll go ahead and turn it on into turn number 1. See all these drivers go up and through. And all the way up here to turn number 3. As it looks like Zach Bremer, no fast repair that he had, and Zach Bremer has entered pit lane as Jaden Lapp goes off the track. He's got a tow into pit lane. We're going to go ahead and see what happened to the number 25 machine, as there is a caution on the racetrack. Going to see what happens to Jaden Lapp here going into turn number 1. Oh, the 182 spins out right in front of Jaden Lapp. There's nowhere for JoJo or anybody to go. JoJo getting the car back going, down to the inside, spins it out again, down to the inside. And that will bring out our next caution flag here tonight. Couple of drivers missing out here tonight is going to be Joe Morant. I haven't seen his name out here tonight. Sam Baumgarten and Sam Lawson. I think there's another Sam out there that races in this league, but I can't remember. Bryson McKelvey's not here. Now, all these drivers can make up some good points with those three drivers not being here. As we're on lap number 21 out of 30. And definitely going to be a fun rest of the race. But everybody going to do what they need to do to get themselves in a position to get everybody back in line. Single file restarts. PJ Popham with the go-go button, and he is on his way. Jason Haynes, Stephen Perkins battle for P number 2. Stephen down on the inside and not going to be able to get it done, but it's going to be Jason Haynes holding on to P number 2. Eric Dean going to fall back to P number 5 as Josh Notke going to take over P number 4. To the outside, Jason Haynes taking over P number 2 yet again, side by side with Steven. Steven just not able to get around the number 66 machine. Try to do what he possibly can, but it's all PJ Popham up there towards the front. Going to go ahead and go on it back here with the number 5 as he's got Dustin Lamb to his inside. Dustin almost pulled off the slide job, just not able to do so. He's going to fall back to P at number 10, 3 wide. Zach Bremer in the middle. No room, slide job for the number 24. Almost gets up over the berm, able to collect it. A 2 for 2, 2 for 1 special with that number 24. Back under yellow flag conditions here yet again. Gonna go ahead and go back to a quick CRN replay and to see what happened to Mr. Gary Mansberger. Or no, Trevor Notke and Jacob Lamb, as they are the cause of the caution. I'm gonna see what happened to the number 39. See where it's at. Oh, Eric Dean gets up into the side of Gary Mansberger. Trevor Notke nowhere to go. The 20 nowhere to go. Instant yard sale for the number 86 machine of Gary Mansberger. And the number 20 having a yard sale too. So not a good time for a lot of these drivers here at Lernerville. So far, looking like a stout top 3 still. As PJ Popham is leading this field, trying to do what he can to get another win here tonight. But it's going to be PJ Popham off to the races. As something has happened to PJ Popham. he is no longer here. Oh no, PJ Popham is out. Not sure what happened, but it is Jason Haynes with the... Jason Haynes, Stephen Perkins, Josh Notke there, leading these drivers to the green flag. As looking at it now, white flag this time by off turn number 3 and 4. Beautiful slide job for the win. It's going to be Stephen Perkins over Jason Haynes. Absolute beautiful slide job for the race win. And Jason Haynes is going to come home P number 2. Stephen Perkins comes away with the race win. As we're going to go back and watch this intense battle for the race win here tonight. As you see there's the gap between these two drivers. We're going to focus on Stephen Perkins. He's going to throw a big slider down to the inside. Look at the starter cam. Marty the flagman's got the checkered flag in his hand. He's going to slide right on up. Beautiful textbook move. Hits the wall in the process, but it's going to be Stephen Perkins getting the race win here tonight. As that is going to take us to the checkered flag while we get our third place finisher here in the Discord. We'll go ahead and pull up Mr. Josh Notke here. See if we just can't talk to this man. There he is. Well, coming on in here, finishing P number 3 is going to be the number 113 of Josh Notke. Josh, this is Dylan in the broadcast booth. Get a copy.
Yes, sir.
All right. Kind of had an up and down race there, but I mean, you finished top 3 here tonight. I don't think I really seen you go up towards the top lane just because, you know, it's a little bit no-no up there if you just enter a little bit too late or, you know, just get a little bit too sideways, hit the berm, go off and over, and then you're kind of just screwed from that point on. But from your perspective, how was your race here tonight?
I thought it was pretty good. I was trying to stick not quite all the way up to the top, but just right in the middle there because, like he said, just didn't want to put her over the berm and end up going to the back of the pack. And, I mean, I tried to keep up with Jason Haynes and Stephen Perkins there at the end, but I couldn't get the line to get.
Yeah, you tried.
Well, the race went pretty good for me.
Oh, okay. There you go. You kind of cut out there for a minute. I thought you were done talking. I was like, okay. But nonetheless, still a 305 race here at Lernerville. Next week we got the Pro Late Models. Your season's been kind of up and down. You're still probably searching. I believe you haven't gotten a win yet, but you're still searching for that first race win. What more do you need to try to put yourself in that position to get that race win? Is it being conservative in the beginning, saving a little bit of tracks, tires wear in the beginning, or is it trying to go balls to the wall from lap 1, trying to make up as much position as you can?
Honestly, in the 305s, I mean, I've definitely been struggling this season. I mean, I think of the top finish I've had in them is the 8th, and then Pro Late Models was 3rd at Volusia. But yeah, I think when it comes to the Pro Late Models, I think I just gotta try to conserve my tires a little bit and then try to make that last push at the end, and hopefully we can come out with a win sometime this season.
Well, that sounds like a good one. I mean, you got some momentum now with the 305s. You got some momentum with the Pro Late Models. But, Josh, before we let you get on out of here, let's celebrate that third place finish here tonight. Is there anybody on that number 113 you'd like to give a shout-out to?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. One of my teammates, Zach, he was working on my wrap all this week. We were trying to get something dialed in there, too. We've been running quite a bit with this setup, trying to figure it out, and mean, we did pretty good tonight, but also Freedom Race lifts, and I think that's about it.
All right, buddy. We're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here. Celebrate that third place finish here tonight, and we'll be talking to you again next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's going to be our third place finisher of Josh Notke. Going to go ahead and bring up our second place finisher of Jason Haynes. I believe he's the lone Canadian out here tonight. Move him on up here. And Jason, he is in here tonight. Jason, this is Dylan in the CRN broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
All right, the lone Canadian. Almost so close to having that race win. A little bit of a slide job on that final lap to get around you in turn number 3 and 4. Walk me through how your race was here tonight.
Just logging laps, really. I didn't have nothing for PJ. Just trying to maintain pace. That's all I was really trying to do. Just focusing on points. So.
Yeah, it was PJ's race to win, and then all of a sudden he wasn't there anymore, and that, I believe, gave you the race lead over Stephen Perkins. But, you know, it's Lernerville, no wall on the outside. Got to keep it off of the berm as much as you possibly can. We've seen some great battles between you and Stephen here tonight, or Stephen here tonight. So kind of walk me through on, you know, how bad the track got later in the race, and did you think to have a little bit more cautions or less cautions?
Honestly, I was expecting a little bit more, but that's okay. You know, I took what I was given and got a solid second place finish out of it. That should keep my points lead and be able to maybe get some breathing room here.
Yeah, you know, you talk about the breathing room, but now you go over to the Pro Late models next week. Is that a combo that you're looking forward to? Do you not like the Pro Lates? Do you like more of the 305s, or what's going on in the 26 camp?
I'm more of a sprint car guy. I'm getting better in the Pro Lates. Not gonna fool anyone and say that I'm quick in them or anything. I'm mediocre, I should say, I guess.
Yeah, you know, I'm more of a sprint car guy. I can't drive the pros. I can't drive the supers. Give me a limited late model, and we're all right. I don't know what it is. I cannot get the cars underneath me on that side, but you know it happens. You know, you can't really be mad at anybody but yourself. But nonetheless, a good, solid second place finish here tonight. Before I let you get on out of here, Jason, is there anybody on that number 26 machine you'd like to give a shout out to? Or 66, excuse me.
Got to thank Caden at All Light Artworks, guys at Redline Race Design, everybody at Miller Time Motorsports, the MMR crew, Mike Millard Racing crew there. They learned a lot from them, and just anybody who's been in my community that's kind of helped me grow as a racer here.
Well, Jason, we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here. Enjoy that second place finish here tonight and possibly the points lead, and we'll be talking to you again next week.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
All right, that's going to be our second place finisher of Jason Haynes. Going to go ahead and bring up the man of the night. That's going to be Stephen Perkins. Get him on up in here. And Stephen, this is Dylan McDonald in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I'm here.
All right. You waited and waited and waited. For a minute there, it was all PJ Popham, but PJ Popham had some issues later in the race, and then you saw your shot with Jason Haynes, took that beautiful slide job down to the inside, got a little bit of a shot from the number 66 machine, but you were able to come around with the race win here tonight.
Yeah, it seems like everybody didn't like that, but you know what? I've seen dirtier sliders win people races in real life, so it's not my fault. Driver IQ is low, and from what I know, if somebody slides you, you drive under them. Hey, but what do I know? Last lap, I was going to take it. I did. He clearly could have seen it. I mean, but hey, if they want to call me dirty, that's whatever.
I didn't see anything dirty about it. I mean, it was set up beautifully, and just like you said, check up just a little bit, drive back underneath. That just didn't happen. He kind of gave you a little bit of a speed boost there. Luckily, it helped you go a little bit straighter instead of, hooking you to the outside wall. But still coming away with the race win here tonight. But kind of walk us through your whole race. You're pretty much chasing the number 2 machine. He had some connection issues. That put you in P number 2 after all that melee there. And, it's Lernerville. How bad were the tires after the stints there they had to put on, and did you rip the top as much as a lot of these other drivers did?
I was trying to rip the top as much as possible because I knew Lernerville, it's usually fast around the top, but if you don't run it just right, you're flirting with disaster pretty much. But the whole race I was messing with my wing, trying to get it at the right angle to where I felt like I could get enough speed off the corner, and I think once I finally set it there at the end and was able to catch Jason and pass him, I think I finally got to where it was at a good point. So, but the setup felt pretty good. I didn't really have any complaints with it. It was a pretty fast car tonight. Yeah, the number 2 car was. That sucks that he dropped out because he definitely would have won it. He's a pretty fast guy, and definitely like running after him. So, but I'm glad I walked away with the win tonight. So,
yeah, you got the win here tonight, and next week obviously it's not the 305s or the Pro Late models. But with that momentum, with the 305s, is that going to carry on next week or in 2 weeks with that? Or is it going to carry on next week with a whole different car? It just, I don't know, man. I don't know if you're much of a pro late model guy or a sprint car guy, so it could go either way.
Actually, before I joined this league, I really was a sprint car or die guy. But once I started driving the late models, I started really liking them. So I've been really trying to run those a lot when I'm not running the sprint car. So I'm hoping that I can take this and carry it on, and hopefully it brings some good luck next week.
All right, buddy. Before we let you get on out of here, is there anybody on that number 11 machine you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my wife, my son, and ESR Racing, and Christopher Cash, and you up in the broadcast booth. I appreciate both of y'all for doing what y'all do. Again, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Steven, we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here, and we'll be talking to you hopefully again next week.
Yep. Thank you.
All righty, that's going to do it for our top 3 here tonight. As we're going to go ahead and bring up the final race results for everybody. If it shows, I go down to feature. There it is. Stephen Perkins. P number 1, Jason Hayes in 2nd, Josh Nockey in 3rd, Eric Dean in 4th, Nicholas Lamb running out your top 5, just Dustin Lamb in 6th, Jacob Lamb in 7th, Zach Bremer in 8th, Gary Mansberger in 9th, PJ Popham in 10th, Christopher Cash in 11th, Trevor Nockey in 12th, Joe Job in 13th, and running out your 14-car field will be Jaden Lapp. If you guys don't have anything else to do, make sure you guys go over to the other CRN stream as John Obinger brings you the live coverage from Arkham and our series at Eldora. Make sure you guys tune into that, as it's always a pleasure to go over there and watch. Tomorrow night, you got the Chop Shop GT League, as Mark Thomas and Carl Handberg bring you the live coverage from that on Wednesday nights. Thursday night, you have the Dirt for Beginners with Thaddeus Marshall and John Obinger in the broadcast booth. Had a little bit of a brain fart, couldn't remember his name. Friday night, no broadcast on CRN, but Saturday, you have the PSCRL with Jimmy Covert and Mark Thomas in the broadcast booth, and I'll be back in the broadcast booth for the Core Premier Series on a Sunday night. Hope everybody has a great and fantastic week. Make sure you guys give your loved ones all the support that you can, as tomorrow is never promised, but that's going to be it for myself up here on the broadcast booth for CRN. Make sure you guys take care. Brush your hair.